been so close yet so frustrated at the same time. There are so many false summits to this damn peak, and now I'm stuck in brush with sand underneath. Very steep too, so it's hard to get up without sliding back, and then I got to step over all this brush. Oh man, trimmer is a butt kicker. It's gonna make me earn it, that's for sure. And then I'll turn around, do this fun sandy ridgeline again, and head over to those two, Freel and Job's sister. Here's the short class 2 section up to the top of Trimmer. Got to butt scoop my way down. And once I get down there, back onto roller coaster sand travel. There's the short class 2 scramble from the bottom, and Trimmer is right at the top of that. It's not too bad, you just gotta go slow. One little precarious spot right there where you're a little exposed to falling, but no big deal. I just got on my butt. When all else fails, get on your ass. Well, it seems to work well for me. May not be very graceful, but I make it down safe. Well, I think that's Freel Peak right there in the middle. Whew, it's a butt kicker. Going out to Trimmer took a lot out of me. And then once I got back on trail, it's been up, 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 up. Doing about 1,000 feet in a mile, which is a pretty steep gradient, but at least it's on trail. There's Trimmer Peak. Right there in the middle, I kicked my butt. A lot of up and down and sand. Ooh, having to stop a lot. May not do all 4 today, but that's okay. I'm glad I got Trimmer done. On top of Freel Peak, 10,881 feet. There's Job's Peak and Job's Sister Peak in the distance. Plan on hitting at least one of those today, maybe 2. And it's a really nice view up here. Okay, time to come down from Freel Peak and go up to the next goal, Job's Sister, or Job's Sister. Job's Sister Peak, one of the strangest names for a peak ever. And I see a trail, and I think down there at the saddle is where the off-trail portion begins, so maybe I'll take that on the way back if I decide not to go for Job's Peak there in the distance. But I might have enough time. Well, the trail coming down from Freel is pretty steep, but at least it's a trail and it's sandy, so it's not too bad. Just got to get over to that little traverse ridge part. And then it's time for another sand slog up. Okay, got 400 feet to the top of Job's sister peak right there. And it looks like a sand slog. Fun. So just gotta go slow. There's the top, I think it's Monument Peak. I know that's where Heavenly's at. Lake Tahoe in the background. And I'm a tired hiker. Man, I get to all four today, but that's okay. Boy, but coming down. Freel Peak right there. Boy, that trail looks steep as hell. Didn't seem that steep when I was coming down. I mean, it was steep, but not terribly steep. At least there was sand, so it was, you know, wasn't dangerous. On top of Job's sister, or Job's sister. Not sure how to pronounce it. Another great view. There's Trimmer Peak right there. So that's the first one I went on today. And then Freel Peak right there, which looks a lot more daunting than it really is. And this one wasn't too bad. Didn't have to do any class 2 or anything. All class 1. Just a lot of sand, but I could actually get a good rhythm going on this one. Just small steps, slow, like a turtle. But at least I didn't have to stop every 30 feet like I was coming up Freel, because man, I just never got a break after a roller coaster known as Trimmer. So there's Job's Peak in the distance. It'll be the last one today. I'm on top of Job's sister Peak. And just go down, go along that ridgeline, and then ridgeline approach. It looks very doable. It's 2:30. I think I can do it if I just haul ass and not take too much time up here. But it's so beautiful, it's hard to leave. And over there is Carson Pass. I've just been skiing down from Job's sister peak. It's pretty steep, but it's pretty sandy, so only one time I kind of slipped. Just kind of skiing down. Just came down this little slope here. About 45 degrees, well, 30 degrees. Yeah, so far so good. I'm about halfway down to the ridge. So hopefully to get on the ridge, looks to be pretty straightforward. Just steady uphill, which will be fun cardio-wise since I'm already pretty worn out. But I found a good rhythm going up Job's sister, so I think I can do it again. Well, this downhill from Job's sister peak, it's pretty relentless. I mean, it's sandy, but there's spots where it's really steep and it goes from deep sand to no sand, or a little sand on top of rock. And you really can't get any traction with your poles. So it's taking a lot longer than I thought I was going to get down this, but and I could see Job's Peak right there. I don't know if I'm going to get there today though, because it's already 3:15, and by the time I get up there and get down, it's going to be kind of late. So I'll get to the saddle and make a call from there. There it is, my final goal. I'm hurting. 4th peak of the day, Job's Peak. Just came down from Job's sister right there. And that was a tough down. Very steep and loose. And Freel Peak in the distance. 4 peaks today. Haven't done the 4th one yet. Really sucking wind here, but what's keeping me going is knowing it's all downhill after this. Oh, final push, here we go. Hey. On top of Job's Peak, 10,683 feet. Last peak of the day, thank God. Lake Tahoe in the distance. I am beat. There's Job's sisters. And then the distance is Freel. And I am ready to head back to the car. I'm beat. I barely made it up this last one, man. It was tough. But I'm up. Now I just got to get down. Freel Peak is on the left, Job's sister on the right, and had to come down that ridge. It was pretty hairy at times. It was really steep, loose. I got to that saddle, and it just came up this ridgeline. I'll be heading back right over that saddle right there. Okay, time for down. Okay, my car is somewhere down in that valley, and I got a nice trail and some GPX points taking me this way. So, should be a fairly straightforward hike down. Famous last words. I'm pleasantly surprised to see there's trail so far. It's a little steep, but not too bad. Not as bad as coming down Job's sister. Just gotta be careful. Making good time, and it's about 5:15ish, 5:30ish, so I gotta boogie. This is the Horse Meadows parking area, Trailhead, and as you can see, plenty of areas for parking. All unpaved, of course. You have to drive up about 4 miles of unpaved road to get to here, but except for a few small spots and one stalled out pickup truck, it's not too bad. But I'm glad I had high clearance. Probably don't need 4-wheel drive, but high clearance would be nice. Not mandatory, but nice to have. Almost back to the car. Back at the car, always feels good. Great day. Backed 4 peaks. Been wanting to do this for a long time and finally got it done. So now it's time to drive the fun 4-mile unpaved road back to the highway. I can never talk on these things because I'm so tired. Anyways, until next time.